Jay, that's strangely close to Daniel Jones from the Giants. Daniel, is that you? Beat the Chiefs. Show me. If the Broncos and Russell Wilson can show me that they can beat the Chiefs, then I will start believing.
The crowd up. And so are this defense, and Kansas City won't snap the ball again. The Denver Broncos have beaten the Kansas City Chiefs.
David Montgomery on the Lions, former Bear, gonna make this his revenge game for sure. David Montgomery gets the touchdown that ices the game. No! And there's the flag. There's flags. There's flags. There's flags. There's flags. Snap. Hold. Kick.
Denver wins! Denver wins! Let's go!
They open. No!
What happened? Oh shit.
America is football. Football
America
is America.
football is America. And if you don't like it, you can kiss your candy ass.
For the moment in time. I don't give a damn.
Oh
my God.
No!
You loved it.
30 to 27.
No!
Chiefs win. Chiefs
No!
win 30 to 20.
Woo! What is up, everybody? It has been a while. It's your boy Rick. NFL Draft 2026, and I made it just in time for the Bears pick. It is in. There has been some picks. There's been some picks. Fernando Mendoza, Indiana, University of Indiana. Quarterback got picked number 1 overall by the Raiders, which was the obvious choice, and it has been the obvious choice for pretty much since he won the Heisman, and probably even before that. And we got Richard in the chat. Richard, what is up? Packers. Did the Packers? They did not have a first round pick. I'm sorry, they did not have a first round pick. Richard, how do you feel about that? I mean, you got Micah. That's something, right? He does. I'm not surprised, to be honest, of where the big names landed. Well, the only one I feel like is Jeremiah Love to the Cardinals. I think that's been the most controversial one, has been Jeremiah Love, because the Cardinals have holes across the board, defense, quarterback, wide receiver is probably their strongest point. It's just, that's so far, I think, has been the craziest one so far. Mar, what's up? What is up, Mar? Packers looking rough next year. Who do you hope they take? Like, what position group, what anything are you hoping that the Packers take, Richard? Because, I mean, you got Love, you've got your running backs, wide receiver, maybe defensive backs. What do you think? And we got Ginge. Fucking miss you guys. Let's go, man. Need everybody. Richard, Lily, let's go. Lil E. Where's Lily? Yeah, O-line and cornerback. Yep. Defensive back was one of the ones I was thinking too for the Packers. So here we go. Raiders, Fernando Mendoza, talked about that. We'll get the Bears pick here in a sec. The Jets take edge David Bailey from Texas Tech, per CBS Sports. And when I say CBS Sports, I mean Mike Renner. He's got it. Solid pass rusher, less athletic offensive tackles, fits at the next level. He's hot and cold defender, though, struggles to set the edge. So the Jets seemingly make another big mistake, but that's the Jets. I think that's just the Jets in general. Cardinals, Jeremiah Love. This may be one of those things where we talk about it now, where we say this was a bad move and they had a bunch of holes to fill. But we look at, oh my God, why can't I think of the Atlanta running back right now? Oh my God, Bijan Robinson. We looked at him and everybody's like, first round running back, whatever, and he's just been a monster. So maybe this is one of those things. Titans take Cardell Tate wide receiver out of Ohio State. They're saying that he is exactly what the Titans don't have on their roster, a rangy outside receiver with elite hands, crisp route running chops. So he's going to be somebody who Cam Ward could get the ball to. Ginge is saying, still blocked on the main channel, dude. So I'm going to slide off and be here on Kyle's channel so I can comment. Oh, yeah, Ginge. Yeah, do what you need to do. I know we missed you guys too. Honestly, it's been a struggle for Kyle and I to kind of get on stream and everything, but we're hoping that this could kind of, get the momentum going for both of us. And we're going to keep trying to bring you guys some more content and live streams. Guarantee the top 7 or 8 picks will be generational talents. The rest of the picks will probably be decent players, or could be iffy. Just depends. The Jets have a gem in David Bailey. All right. E-Dub likes the David Bailey pick. And here we go with the Bears. Number 25. I'm thinking they're going to go safety here with Thieneman. But honestly, at this point, I trust in Ben Johnson and I trust in polls, and I have in polls for a while. So we'll see who the Bears get here. Liam with the 25th pick. The Bears. Dylan Thieneman. I knew it. Safety from Oregon. We just got rid of Brisker. We got rid of Kevin Byard. This seems like the right move for the defense. And it gives oh my God. This is how you know I haven't streamed or like been in tune with football for a while. Our defensive coordinator giving them some more young weapons to put on that defense, which gave up a lot. Defensive backs, it was rough for the Bears last year with that. So Dylan Thieneman, our brand new safety, I love it. And Daniel Barry in the chat. What up, Daniel? Thanks for always stopping by, man. It's okay. We will still come back during football. I love it. Wanted to say congrats on the Cubs on sweeping the field. I know, man. 9 in a row. Hopefully they can make it 10 years soon. Love it. Bears picking safety. Dylan Thieneman. He slaps the logo. I love it. I love the swag. He's looking swaglicious. But Bears needed they needed safety help. They needed defensive back help. They needed defense help. We need defensive help still. Hoping for like an edge, defensive tackle, but safety, someone we need as well. Here we go. Putting on the hat, checking himself in the mirror. Let's go, baby. We got our safety. My Phillies. Yeah, Flyers are doing well. Oh, there's been a trade. Buffalo Bills trade their pick to Houston. So the Bills have traded their pick to Houston, who are now picking at 26. And we'll see if I can get any information on the trade here. See if I can get something here for you guys. Let me see on Twitter if we got anything. But the Texans are now on the clock in round 1. All right, I'm just going to do my phone. Oh, that's just garbage. All right, let's see. Okay. Oh, so the Dolphins also traded up to San Fran's turn at 27. The 49ers now also get pick 30 and 90. So let's see. Come on. There's nothing there yet. So let's see. All right. So no info yet other than the Dolphins to the 49ers, but nothing on the Texans. And yeah, nothing yet. But well, either way, Texans are on the clock. let's kind of go through a couple of the other ones. Mike Vrabel situation is crazy. We'll talk about that here in a sec, because that is what's going on with Vrabel and with Diana Rossini is crazy wild right now. Let's see. Okay. That's enough looking at that. There's the Bears' new safety, Thieneman, going to celebrate. Oh, hell yeah. They put the Bears chain on him. He goes to the Bears, all the Bears fans there at the draft. They put the Bears chain on him. I love it. That's sick. And now the Texans pick is in as well at 26. So we'll see. We'll see this guy come up. Here we go. All right, let's see who the Texans pick here. Tackle. They got to go offensive line. Yeah, so they get a guard, Keelan Rutledge out of Georgia Tech, who is a guard. And, this is I think this is a very obvious move for the Texans. You still want CJ Stroud as your quarterback, obviously, and the offensive line has been a big problem. He hasn't been able to do anything back there in the pocket. There's been no pocket. There's been a lack of a pocket, and so you bring in a guard out of Georgia Tech to keep CJ Stroud on his feet. Good move. All right, so we talked about Titans. Carnell Tate, wide receiver out of Ohio State, gives Cam Ward another weapon on the outside. Number 5, Giants. Arvell Reese, edge out of Ohio State. The Giants just became the scariest edge rushing group in the NFL, and it's not even close. Their third down packages are going to be a true sprint to the quarterback. Reese has special play strength for someone with 4.46 speed, and he's only scratching the surface, 20 years old. So, yeah, the Giants, they had just re-signed or had reconstructed the schedule for Dexter Lawrence. And I think, if I remember correctly from seeing some news earlier this week, that he's still looking for a trade, or at least, he's not happy with the contract he got, which, by the way, the Dolphins are on the clock right now, 6 minutes and 30 seconds left. So either way, Abdul Carter, he's already there. You have the other guy they got from the Panthers on that defensive line. So the Giants are doubling down on their defense, and they are bringing in another edge out of Ohio State. I mean, just like CBS said, their third down package is going to be insane. So grade there was an A+ by CBS Sports. I mean, you can get to the quarterback. If you can get to the quarterback, you can cause some disruption. Obviously, you want that. And the Giants have got some weapons on offense. They've got Jackson Dart. They've got Cam Scatabo. They've got wide receiver Neighbors, although he's been injured 2 years in a row. You kind of start to worry about injury-prone tag there on him. But they're doubling down on the defense. And, yeah, I mean, good move. The Chiefs did trade up to number 6 with, I forget who exactly, and they got cornerback Mansour Delane out of LSU. He was the safest pick at corner in this draft class. If he can do what he did in the SEC last season, he can produce in the NFL. It's more the desperation of having to give up a third rounder to do so that bumps this down. So they gave him, the Chiefs, a B-. Again, I'm reading off CBS. They gave him a B- for this pick because you give up a third round pick. And I think they gave up their original pick plus a third and maybe another pick next year, although I'm not sure. The Commanders at number 7, bring in Sonny Styles, linebacker out of Ohio State. CBS gave them a grade of A, one of the least athletic front sevens in the NFL. Yeah. A season ago, completes their makeover, one of the most athletic linebackers in draft history. He can cover ground and coverage at his size, nothing short of special. He'll allow Dan Quinn so much flexibility on the defensive side of the ball. And yeah, the Commanders were one of those, another one of those teams that on the defensive side were struggling immensely, and it really was because their defense was just so old. I mean, they still had Bobby Wagner there, and yeah, Bobby Wagner is gonna get you tackles and this and that, but in terms of like actual like athleticism, they just didn't have it. So yep, okay, sweet, just making sure. Jenny's saying I got a new phone, man, so I don't have the old account on here. I just created a new one though to be able to jump on here and talk. Love, dude. I was hoping you would go live. Yeah, hey, Ginger, all good, man. Hell yeah. I'm glad you were able to make an account real quick and hop on. New York Giants are on the way to being a very improved team. They are. I mean, the defense, it's great, and they have weapons on offense, like I was saying earlier, which I think you can build upon. And Cam Scatabo, he got injured last year. Unfortunately, he was having a really, really surprising season as a running back in such a deep class. And then him and Jackson Dart were just like this awesome duo during the season, right? Like it was really cool. But the defense, yeah, their defense is amazing, and they are improving little by little. Little by little, they'll get there. Y'all aren't the Cincinnati Reds anymore. Hey, the NL Central, best division in baseball right now. Isn't that insane? Never would have thought that. All right, Dolphins pick is in at number 27. Let's see who they get. Quarterback. Chris Johnson, cornerback out of San Diego State. So the Dolphins got a cornerback. The Dolphins are also one of those teams that have holes everywhere. Quarterback, Devon Achane is really the biggest star on their team, I guess I would say. So we'll see kind of how the rest of the draft goes for Miami. They get a defensive back. And now the pick is in for the Bills, so we'll be waiting on that for a second here. All right. The Saints. The Saints are one of the worst teams in the NFL. Go Packers. All love, man. Hope you're having a good day. Hell yeah, Packer fan 97. Don't agree with that first statement, but I do agree with that second statement. Hope you're having a good day too. Sub to the channel if you'd like. It's not just me, a Bears fan. I swear it's not. My buddy Kyle, who's a Broncos fan, is also on here. And he's actually from Wisconsin, so his second team is the Packers. So you'd be kind of happy about that. So the Saints. We were talking about the Saints. Oh, wait, here we go with the Bills pick, I think. Oh, yeah, so they got Caden Proctor. Oh, the Dolphins did get Caden Proctor, a offensive tackle from Alabama, who they needed to protect freaking what's his name, and Chris Johnson, defensive back. So they got offense and defense in the first round. I mean, they gave Caden Proctor an A+. CBS did. So Dolphins looking like they're going to be building through the draft for the next couple seasons for sure. And I think it's the best move, honestly. Are they? Oh, the Patriots traded with the Bills again. The Bills are just trading back. The Bills are just notorious for this. They did that last year with the Chiefs, or the year prior with the Chiefs. They did that a couple years ago with like the Mahomes pick. Don't get me wrong, they got Josh Allen, but who are they going to miss out on this year? Caleb Downs. Oh, here we go. Who did the Patriots get? Caleb Lomu from Utah, offensive tackle for Mr. Drake May to have more protection. Didn't see this one coming, though. He just played in a tiny conference. The Saints will probably be better this year than they were last year. I think so, too, now that they have their quarterback and stuff. Shout out, Bill, man. Giants having a hell of a draft. Let's go. Rest in peace. For Bill, up there, you guys see it. For Bill. That's all. That's what we're doing this for. Lil E with a super chat. Any Steelers update? Let's see. Lil E, what's up? What's up? What's up? Steelers. Max Ahinakor, offensive tackle out of Arizona State. So they're building their offensive line. That is what they have so far, Lily. Thank you so much for that super chat, Lily. Appreciate it. So they get Lomu, offensive tackle, left tackle, to keep to help Drake May even more so. Oh wow, he's pulling. He's athletic. He looks like an athletic dude. Oh, and he plays just tackle in general. Nice, good for them. All right, so the back to the rest of the draft. The Saints, Jordan Tyson, wide receiver out of Arizona State. CBS gave him a B plus. He's got the best tape grade from me. Of all the receivers, the size, movement skills, and body control are that of a number one wide receiver. So he's going to be paired up with, oh my God, now I got to look up the Saints here. Yeah, their depth chart. Here we go. So Chris Olave, Jordan Tyson's now is there, Devon Vele. So yeah, Travis Etienne, Tyler Shuck. They're looking offensively not bad now with this Jordan Tyson move. Not bad, no problem. I got me a Bears hat for this year just in case Rodgers retires. I love it, Lil E. I love it. I love it. All right, I'm gonna go. I have to throw my Bears hat on real quick before they pick. Then, no, they already picked. Jens, they already picked. They already got Thieneman, the safety. Fuck it, throw my Patrick's or Sertan jersey on and wearing the Bears hat. Let's go. Let's go. I love it. All right, moving on to the Browns. Picking at number 9 after they had traded back with the Chiefs. That's what the pick was that they traded. So the Browns got Spencer Fano, offensive lineman out of Utah. CBS gave them an A+. He's the cleanest offensive lineman in the draft. He pairs high-end athleticism with technical prowess and strong hands. He's an elite zone blocker who has the size to play anywhere along the offensive line if needed. And of course, the Browns, they're going with Shador as quarterback, unless what's his face, Deshaun Watson, actually, they actually decide to play him, this year. And so they're going to have to build through the draft that offensive line too. So they're building. But yeah, CBS gave them an A+ there for Spencer Fano on offensive line. Now the Giants, again, they got to pick at number 10 as well as at number 5. They traded back and they got Francis Mauigoa, offensive tackle out of Miami. That was an A-. So far, the Giants, 2 really good picks, according to CBS. Lock in missing piece to their starting 5 with Mauigoa. He'll kick inside to right guard for now, where he'll be a butt kicker in the run game. His ability to move people off the line of scrimmage is special for a player who hasn't even turned 21 yet. So Jackson Dart is celebrating 100%. They double down on the defense, and they double down on the offensive line as well. So now, like it said, Jackson Dart is going to be loving it. He's going to need some more time to get his the ball to some playmakers. Obviously, Neighbors, if he stays healthy. So to shore up that offensive line was very, very smart. Caleb Downs went to the Cowboys, safety from Ohio State. Cowboys get an A grade for that. The much maligned Cowboys secondary got a much needed infusion of both talent and leadership. Downs is a true do-it-all safety with no true holes in his game. So there we go. The Dolphins at 12 got Caden Proctor, and we talked about that earlier. Grade A+. He has the most prodigious power in his tackle class with special movement skills for a 350-plus pounder. His weight will be worth monitoring, but when he was at his trimmest, Proctor was dominant at the end of the season. So he can be at guard or at tackle. All right. Probably going to use him at tackle, though. Let's go Giants. Another good pick here. Yep. I still got to genuinely support my Eagles in line. Yeah, absolutely. Absolutely. I have the Bears and Packers. Damn, Daddy. All right. Rams at 13. They pick up Ty Simpson, the quarterback out of Alabama. Simpson showed high-end ability last season before injuries started piling up. He understands how to attack tight windows and play with the anticipation necessary to translate to the NFL. I also think he gets underrated physically as he's got very light feet in the pocket and an NFL caliber arm. The Rams don't plan on picking this high until Matthew Stafford retires. And now they have their transition plan. There you go. So the Rams are kind of, looking at the future. And here we go with the Chiefs pick at 29. Peter Woods out of Clemson, defensive tackle, going to the Chiefs. Oh, they're showing his whole family in the white. I love it. I love it. In Atlanta. So Chiefs shore up their defensive line with Peter Woods out of Clemson. 6'2.5", 298 pounds. Let's see how I did against Texas. Oh, yeah, moving with the good nose for the ball there. He's just moving his guys over. Double teamed against, and then just takes down the running back up the middle. San Francisco trades pick to the Jets. So the Jets are now on the clock. It's got my Bears hat on. Let's go, Bears. Cole commit till I die. That's right, baby. That's right. Yeah, McVay. Yeah. Well, yes and no, because and I don't think he was ever going to start, but the guy from Georgia, he was like one of the older quarterbacks in college. The guy from Georgia, he won the national championship with them. I think he's just kind of a backup. I think he's going to be a forever backup. So, but hey, Ty Simpson, we'll see. We'll see how that goes with McVay. McVay's a great coach. Peter Woods is like if James Wood and Peter Griffin met and fucked and had a baby. Love that. All right, the Ravens at pick 14 had picked Vega Ioane, offensive lineman out of Penn State. The mock drafts finally nailed one. Ioane is an incredibly clean guard prospect. I've described this tape as boring repeatedly, which is exactly what you want from a guard. He ends pass pro reps before they start with his quick set and strong anchor. He's exactly what the Ravens were missing up front. So the Ravens getting more offensive line help for Lamar Jackson. Stetson Bennett. Yes, Ginge. Thank you. Stetson Bennett. Yes, that's exactly what I was talking about. Buccaneers, they get Reuben Bain Jr. at 15, the edge out of Miami. Bain was the most dominant force in college football last season. He can set a hard edge in the run game and collapse pockets with ease. What I love most about his game is that he almost never came off the field to the runner-up Hurricanes last year. He fills what was easily the biggest need on the Bucs. Yeah, and the Bucs needed that for sure too. They definitely needed more defensive help on the defensive line. Another team that needed that was the Falcons. So let's see who the Jets pick up here because they did have a pick at 16. We'll talk about that here in a bit. So let's see. Jets at number 30. Omar Cooper Jr. going to the Jets. Wide receiver out of Indiana. Mendoza's favorite target, it seemed like. And he's going to the New York Jets to give whoever the quarterback is in the Jets a weapon. I was hearing some noise earlier today or over the last couple of days about Carson Beck possibly going in the first, and I don't know if that's going to happen. Bills are definitely not going to pick. The Seahawks definitely are going to pick a quarterback. I don't know, man. Wow. He had that tippy toe touchdown catch in the back of the end zone. 49ers have now have turned number 27 into the first pick in the second round, along with numbers 90 and 179. So they still get two top 100 picks. So Cooper Jr., wide receiver, going to the Jets. And then at number 16, prior to number 30, the Jets had picked up Kenyon Sadiq, who was a tight end out of Oregon. The Jets had one of the most explosive tight ends in NFL history to a budding offense. I'm guessing we'll see a lot of 12 personnel in New York this season after they took Mason Taylor in the second round last year. That's Sadiq's ideal role, though, as a movable tight end who can block in space and run past linebackers. He's still raw as a route runner, but athletes like him don't come around every year. So they got the best tight end, it seems like, in the draft. And now the Jets have got Omar Cooper Jr., David Bailey, and Kenyon Sadiq. And Bailey was a wait, who is David Bailey? Round 1, pick 2. Oh, yeah, we did talk about that. The edge. That's who it was. Yeah. All right. At number 17, the Lions take an offensive tackle. They needed that offensive lineman. Blake Miller from Clemson. Wait, what? So now the Titans are on the clock. The Bills just keep trading. Do they not like anybody in the first round? Or the Bills actually picking? I don't know. No, it's the Titans who are picking. Yeah, I guess the Bills traded number 31 of the Titans. And now the Bills are just racking up second round, third round, day 2, day 3 picks. Okay. Who was the number 1 pick in the draft? That was Fernando Mendoza out of Indiana to the to the Raiders. So there goes his career, I guess. Where's Burger or Burt? Burton Burger. That's who we need on the stream right now. Talk about Fernando Mendoza. So the pick is in for the Titans. We'll get back to the Lions, but the Lions pick up Blake Miller, offensive tackle out of Clemson. So let's see. Okay, so they're not. Roger Goodell isn't going up there yet. At number 18, the Vikings take Caleb Banks, defensive tackle out of Florida. That grade is a D. Banks is the most prodigious physical talent in this defensive tackle class at 6'6", 327 pounds with an over 7-foot wingspan. When he fires off low into contact, he's nearly impossible to block. The worry is that we never saw it consistently before his 2025 season was cut short with a foot injury that required surgery. He then had another foot surgery after an injury suffered during the combine week. That's a big swing for the Vikings to take at 18. And I mean, surgery, injury, it's always a risk, but seems like it was a really big risk. Titans at number 31. Wow, 320,000 people at the draft. That's a record. So let's see who the Titans picked here at number 31. Keldrick Falk, edge out of Auburn. So the Titans take Keldrick Falk, edge out of Auburn to help that defense at pick number 31. 6'6", 270. Wow, 3 years at Auburn. Emotional day there with his family. Nice. All right, and number 19, going back to the previous picks, Panthers, Monroe Freeling, offensive tackle at Georgia. Freeling is a wild card in this offensive tackle class. That's because he really only started looking like a first-round tackle for the final few games of the 25 season. He's got prototypical left tackle size and athleticism, though, to develop, and he goes to a spot where they don't need him to start right away after the Rasheed Walker signing. B+, CBS gave him a B+, and, with the Panthers kind of starting to clearly improve, especially with Bryce Young improving at quarterback, seems like the benching with and starting Andy Dalton obviously like did something for Bryce Young. You've got this left tackle who doesn't necessarily have to start right away. You can develop him into the future. So good pick, B plus. Moving on to 20 Eagles, Mekhi Lemon, wide receiver out of USC, with AJ Brown's impending departure. The Eagles get an NFL-rated receiver who plays with a similar physicality. Even if he doesn't have Brown's size, Lemons has very few weaknesses outside of his size and should be able to step into a slot role and be productive from day one. So it looks like Eagles got a really good wide receiver out of USC at number 20. And, Howie over there, the GM in Philly, I feel like he doesn't miss. You know what I mean? Like, at least history-wise. History tells you this guy doesn't miss. So eventually they're getting rid of AJ Brown. Not sure why AJ Brown wants to go anywhere. I don't know. I feel like this is just all drama on his end. Regardless, they're bringing another wide receiver. So Eagles bringing another wide receiver. 21 Steelers. Max Ihianakor. Yeah. Offensive tackle out of Arizona State. CBS gave him a B plus. This is definitely not a win now move, but I like it. Ihianakor has the most intriguing developmental tools in the draft class, with truly everything you could want to play the tackle position in the NFL. And the kicker, he only started playing football 5 years ago. Wow, impressive. For the Steelers, won't need him to start right away. Broderick Jones and Troy Fautanu already set at tackle. All right, so a developmental piece, it looks like, for the Steelers there. At 22, the Chargers, Akeem Mesidor, edge out of Miami. They gave them a B plus. Mesidor's tape this past fall was top 10 pick worthy. He was truly dominant versus both run and pass. The problem is he doesn't have quite top 10 tools, and 25 years old is one of the oldest position players after being drafted in the first round, but the Chargers needed help ASAP, it seems like. So we'll see how that goes for the Chargers, who, I think the defense definitely needed work. I mean, you've got some players there for sure on the Chargers, but it seems like it wasn't as great last year as it has been. They're still getting production out of a lot of their defensive players, but trying to get younger, it seems like. So built through the draft. Cowboys take Malachi Lawrence at number 23, edge out of University of Central Florida. CBS gave him a C. Lawrence has the highest end tools in this edge class of the players who went top 5. His explosiveness is all over his tape. He's undoubtedly a project, though, who flashed more on reps than he did for long stretches of time. What worries me about this pick was his lack of awareness in the run game, which was already an issue for the Cowboys edges last year. Okay, so did the Cowboys get better? I mean, with a C, this could be some Cowboys hate, which I'm all here for. I don't even, who cares, right? Like that's fine with me. That's fun. But looks like the Cowboys got a developmental guy, or a project, is CBS is saying, Reynolds. So we'll see how he does. But they needed an edge after getting rid of Micah Parsons. I wonder if this was more of a pressure pick by the Dolphins and Jerry Jones because of the Micah Parsons departure trade, or if this was more like, this guy seems like he can be developed into a star and possibly even replace Micah Parsons at the edge. And so the Seahawks pick is in, and real quick, let's go to the Browns at 24. KC Concepcion, wide receivers out of Texas A&M. Concepcion was the best separator in the entire draft class. He can win with speed, wiggle, and physicality at times. He can play on both outside or slot for the Browns, and has even taken 68 handoffs in his career. The only issue is a 9.3% career drop rate. If his hands improve, the Browns got to steal. Seahawks pick is in. Oh, they brought out a person from the Make-A-Wish Foundation.
A huge fan of the Super Bowl champion Seattle Seahawks, who bravely battled a brain tumor and is now a 2-time cancer survivor.
Oh, nice. 2-time cancer survivor. Hell yeah. Let's go. He's going to make the pick here in a sec.
This is a wish come true for Dylan.
Seacock's pick is in.
Take part in one of the most exciting moments in our league. Dylan, when you're ready, take yours.
Here we go. Seattle Seahawks. Who did they get?
What's going on? It's on! Yeah! I'm so excited to be here to represent the 12s. Oh, and the reigning Super Bowl champion!
Oh, this kid. This kid is killing that mic. I love it. Reigning Super Bowl champ Seahawks. Let's see if the Seahawks pick. 32nd. Jadarius Rice. Jadarian Price, I should say. Running back out of Notre Dame. Oh, okay. Okay. So Jadarian Price was the second best running back behind the starter for the same school, Jeremiah Love. About 5'11", 203 pounds. I did not know that Jadarian Price was really that. I mean, you got all the hype from Jeremiah Love is probably why he kind of went under the radar, I guess. I don't watch too much college football, but I knew Jeremiah Love. I knew Fernando Mendoza. I knew a lot of the other guys that were picked first round. But wow, okay. I mean, they got rid of Kenneth Walker, or he walked. This after winning the Super Bowl, winning Super Bowl MVP. So Seahawks did have to get a running back at number 32. That is who the Seahawks get. So they get a running back at 32. That's how Ibuka and Tate were because they were behind Jeremiah Smith. But that didn't mean they were in studs. Oh, okay. Yeah, good point. I feel like wide receivers a little different though. I don't know. I think running backs, it is more difficult to say that backup is going to be like your Ibukas and your Tates, right? But I totally get where you're coming from. All right, the Bears pick Dylan Thieneman, the safety out of Oregon. CBS gave them a B grade for this. Thieneman is exactly the kind of player the Bears were looking for this offseason, a deep safety with range. Thieneman had 8 picks and 11 pass breakups in his college career to go along with a 4.35 speed. He'll be a day one starter in Chicago, and that is exactly who they're going to put next to Kobe Bryant, who they signed in free agency from defending Super Bowl champ Seahawks. So those are going to be the starting safety for the Bears. Again, the Bears need a lot of help on defense. And I think, starting with the defensive back, the safety is really good because yes, Kevin Byard and oh my God, Brisker this past season were like a really nice duo. You had the vet, and yes, Brisker was also a vet, but he was still somewhat young because of his injury history, concussions a couple years in a row, cut his season short. So we'll see how, Thieneman and now Bryant kind of pair together there for the defense for Dennis Allen. And let me just refresh this to go with the remaining picks here. At 26, the Texans, after trading back with the Bills, they picked up Kalen Rutledge, the offensive lineman out of Georgia Tech. Hard-nosed guard, you'll never have to worry about playing through the whistle. The Texans get a building block piece to protect C.J. Stroud, which is what kind of I was saying as the pick was going through. TJ Stroud needs an offensive line. And Kyle and I have been talking about that for damn near the last 2 seasons, if not more, ever since TJ Stroud came into the league probably, but good move by them. The Dolphins at 27, Chris Johnson, cornerback out of San Diego State. We did talk a little bit about that. The Patriots bring on Caleb Lemieux, the offensive tackle. So yeah, there's that's protection for Drake May. Chiefs bring in Peter Woods, defensive tackle. With Chris Jones turning 32 this offseason, the Chiefs nab his successor in Peter Woods. He's got to learn. He gets to learn from the best in the business. Jets pick up Omar Cooper Jr., the wide receiver out of Indiana. What a special receiving core the Jets are building. Cooper has the exact skill set they were missing in a unit. Rugged receiver who can consistently make tough catches over the middle of the field. And then the Titans, Kedrick Falk, the edge. And, of course, the Seahawks bring in that running back from Notre Dame, the backup, I should say, to Jeremiah Love. Give me 1 sec, guys. Kyle, you're live on Only Football.
Are you live right now?
Yeah, and so are you right now.
Holy shit! I was just about to say how long have you been on live?
Let's see, 46 minutes and 18 seconds.
Okay, I'm gonna hop on in like 15 minutes. I'm I had to head into work, but I'm gonna call in from the office and just give some of my thoughts on the first round. I think you guys got a dog, by the way.
Oh, Thieneman. Yeah, I know, dude. I know. He looks like a monster.
Yeah, and he went to Purdue.
Yeah, Purdue, and then we drafted him out of Oregon too. Yeah.
Yeah, he's he's wicked smart, which allows him to play super aggressive because he's confident in where his assignments are. But I'm gonna hop on from the office in like 15.
Hell yeah, brother. Well, E-Dub and Ginge say what's up, so they'll be patiently awaiting your presence on the stream.
Hell yeah. All right, I'll see you guys in a minute.
All right, brother. See ya.
Okay.
There you go. Kyle's going to be on here in a bit. So, first round in the books. Round 2 tomorrow in about 19 hours. I just saw the countdown here in a sec. So, day 2, let's see what the rest of the what the second round is going to look like. NFL draft. I'm trying to see what the draft order is. Let's see. All right. So round 2 is going to start off with 49ers, Cardinals, Bills, Raiders, Giants, Texans, Browns. Yep. 57. All right. So the first couple picks, round 2, 49ers, Cardinals, Bills, Raiders, Giants. And the Texans get to pick again, too. Nice. So, Ginger, you agree with Thieneman? With Thieneman, he's a dog. Benjamin Cavett, thoughts on Akeem Messador? I'm going to be honest, Benjamin, I don't watch a lot of college football. I base a lot of my thoughts on draft picks just kind of like on what I read and see. I really do not have too much on Akeem Messador, but my boy Kyle, the other host of this show, is going to be on in a few minutes. Maybe he's got some insight on Akeem Messador. We can go into that a little bit. And he was out of Miami, and he was taken by the Chargers. So let's see. Let's see. No, that's So I'm going to try to see what they say. So the pre-draft analysis, and this is per ESPN. Messidor plays with violent hands, making it difficult for pass blockers to land cleanly while he uses his upper body strength to knock them off balance. He excels as a pass rusher off the edge, but also has the ability to be effective when working inside. He has good fluidity and multiple pass rush moves in his repertoire. Against the run, Messidor is an outstanding defender who generates explosive power at the point of attack to knock blockers back. He does a good job of striking, disengaging, and locating the ball. That's Scouts Inc. Matt Miller from ESPN, his pro comp is D Ford, who I'm really not even sure who D Ford really is. But hopefully that helped, Ben. Hopefully that helped. Tyler Brother T, my favorite podcast about other homosexual men, is back. What's everyone wearing right now? The best homosexual men in the world live at Only Football. Oh, this is good. This is good. Ginge, Kai, you hit the nail on the head right there, buddy. He plays like Khalil Mack. Well, if he does, Ben, if Messidor does, I mean, then you've got a guy who plays like Khalil Mack, who's going to play with Khalil Mack. And Khalil Mack is kind of held up, I would say, and I have been saying this ever since he went to the Chargers. He's kind of held up for his age, man. He's had really solid seasons. I mean, a couple seasons ago, he had a great year. Khalil Mack did. So if this guy Messidor plays like Khalil Mack, like you're saying, then great for the Chargers. They got the second coming of Khalil Mack. If that is the case, just say we stay pricked up. Hell yeah, Benjamin's sticking around. Hell yeah. He's also 25. So that was the one thing that the analysis per CBS that I was reading was saying, like, he's one of the older ones. And I don't know if there is like, or has been a guy who was a little bit older, right? Because when we think of draft picks, we think of like 20, 21, 22, right? Like that's kind of the age range that we're looking at for these college kids. So when you see somebody 25, you think, okay, 5-year rookie deal, they're going to be 30, right? And I'm not saying 30 is a drop off by any means, because there's been clearly players all across the field who have shown you that 30 is not a drop off whatsoever. It's just, you kind of got to deal with that as you progress through the season. And really at 30, maybe even really 29, when you decide to get where the team decides to go with that 5th year option or not, you got to show 26, 27, 28, whether you're going to continue to be a presence on that team, even though you're a little bit older. But again, it doesn't necessarily mean that 25 is old, but in relation to everybody else getting picked, it is a little bit older. And that's, I feel like, a knock on a lot of guys all the time is like all the age, right? Like I feel like when there's that quarterback draft with the Bears, the Broncos, the Commanders, the Patriots, like everybody was going in on Bo Nix for being a little bit older and playing in college for whatever. And I mean, look what he's done in 2 seasons, right? He's taken to the Broncos in back-to-back playoff years. It's unfortunate what happened to him in the divisional round. But back-to-back years being the oldest quarterback in that draft. And, I say that in quotes because he was 23 or something like that, 24, whatever the case may be. So age can definitely be a factor in there. But to be honest, me personally, this is something I forget with who it was. I think it was the Vikings pick, Caleb Banks, who was injured quite a bit last season, or at one point during the season got injured, and they picked him at 18. That seems like a very big reach for a team. And to me, injury is like that one thing where I'm like, yeah, like you should avoid anybody who's had an injury last season, but can it work out? Sure. To me, that is the bigger red flag than age. Dolphins had the worst picks by far. Really? You think so? So let's go to the top here. So Dolphins, Caden Proctor, the offensive tackle. I think you should always, offensive lineman, I feel like you should. Chris Johnson, the cornerback. Yeah, I mean, I guess I could see why. But do you have it? Like, is there any reason as to why you think that? Just like, do you think they should have picked somebody else? Like, what do you think? Stone Cold Steve Austin. Bears and Giants killed it. I think not even just saying that because of you and Bill. I think you two may have been the biggest winners of the draft besides the top couple picks. I mean, I'm always going to talk great about Bears draft picks, even if they don't work out. Velus Jones. But yeah, for the Bears and personally, like, I trust Ben Johnson, Dennis Allen, and Ryan Poles. I am totally on board with what they're doing now. After all that all the production they got out of their last year's talent draft class, Monungai, Luther Burden, Ozzie Tropillo, oh my God, Colston Loveland, when everybody was giving him shit for not bringing in Tyler Warren instead of him. And then Colston Loveland just went off, right? Like, it took him a few games, took him, about 4, 5, 6 games, half the season possibly, to really get up there. But man, he showed that he's a monster now. So I'm trusting the guys, my head coach, and the guys in the front office there for sure. Let's see. So yeah, that is round 1. Bills did not get a pick in round 1. They kept trading back. I don't know exactly how many times they traded back, but they traded back like 3 times, I think, minimum. They're expecting that to go like number 16, man. You guys had like 20th, 30th. Yeah, we did 25th. Thieneman, yeah, I heard Thieneman was supposed to go early too. Ty Simpson of the Rams. That's maybe I was just like Fernando Mendoza was that obvious pick, but I did not realize that Ty Simpson was going to be that guy in the first round. He was going to be that other quarterback, that they picked in the first round. So I'm a little surprised, but Stafford isn't getting any younger. He's still a really good quarterback, even at his age. I mean, he went all the way to the NFC Championship last year, and he's been in the playoffs consistently for damn near forever. Well, since the Rams, of course. But yeah, I didn't realize Ty Simpson was going to be a first rounder. I heard Carson Beck. That's who I had heard about was Carson Beck more so than Ty Simpson. Maybe I wasn't really too deep in the draft analysis there. Bills GM is top 5 in my opinion too, man. The same way Eagles GM is. Yeah. Bills GM Billy Bean or something like that, right? Something Bean. But the thing is, so the thing with that was a constantly trading back was just kind of the track record he's got with that, where maybe last 2, 3, 4 years, and even kind of going back to, I'm pretty sure it was the Patrick Mahomes draft where he traded with the Chiefs, and the Chiefs got Xavier Worthy, and they got Patrick Mahomes, and then you look at the other Bills trades, and the people and the team that they traded with, who they got, they turn out to be this like superstar, and the Bills kind of just like get shit on for their picks, right? So he's got the track record of maybe not necessarily making the best decisions on draft day in terms of trading. Caden Proctor isn't that refined as a prospect as I think Caleb Lemieux is, and Chris Johnson is all right, but I think taking Jermod McCoy or Avion Terrell is better. Okay. See, and yeah, like I wouldn't have known that. I don't know too much about the Dolphins other than they're kind of like a dumpster fire right now. Brand new coach. They got rid of their quarterback. They're bringing in a backup quarterback. Guy from the Packers. I'm forgetting his name right now, but they're kind of a dumpster fire in my opinion right now. It's been a little tough to be a Dolphins fan. I feel like in the last 2-3 years after there was so much hope with Tua and the coach. So I like where you're coming from too. Like, see, I wouldn't have known any of that. So that's why I like having guys like you who are like, hey, Caleb Lemieux, I think is better than Caden Proctor or more refined as a prospect. Yeah, Chris Johnson is cool, but Jermod McCoy or Terrell is better there. So that's the kind of stuff we need to. There were like 6 or 7 trades. All right, Matthew, thanks for chiming in. But yeah, so there was a lot there, right? Like I'm not exaggerating with the Bills. It was like 4 or 5 quite a bit of trading back. So we'll see. Obviously, we got to wait a couple of years to see how those draft picks that they traded back from turn out. But so far, not the best record. It's just a matter of the Buffalo Bills getting over the hump. Totally agree. You were right when you talked to Stenson Bennett, even though they took Bennett in a later round. Yeah, in the first, there's no way Sean McVay would have taken him in the first, but that was a good comparison. Yeah, no, and I think it was more like, let's see what Stenson Bennett's got. It never hurts to take a 4th, 5th rounder on a quarterback, especially if like we've got Stafford. We're good. We've already won a Super Bowl. Like, we're fine. So yeah, I think the Ty Simpson one, like you said, like McVay, if that's his guy, similar to like, all these other coaches who are like, yeah, that's my guy. That's who I'm going with, the quarterback. If that's who he wanted, Ty Simpson, to kind of be the successor, why not? Hell yeah. I think Rams fans are very comfortable with Sean McVay's picks as well. They're in the AFC Championship almost every year. True. And a lot of that is Josh Allen. Yeah, then that was a good knowledge drop right there. Yep, see? Also, the Chiefs trading up for a player that would have been there at 9 is very funny. Who did they get? Mansour Delane, cornerback. Really? You think so? Sonny Styles went to Washington. Jordan Tyson went to the Saints. Spencer Fano went to the Browns. Yeah. Guess you're right. Keldrick Falk is a prospect that forgot to produce. Oh no! Who did he go to? Oh, the Titans. Talented against the running pass, possessing tools. Falk is very long, which keeps blocking his frame. Occasionally, he will miss run fits. He consistently plays with a high motor. Is that kind of what you're talking about, Ben? Like his inability to play the rush, I guess, is how at least ESPN and CBS put it. Andrew Luck still pisses me off, dude. He quit on us. I wish he would have quit before the draft. So could have drafted Josh Allen possibly instead. Yeah. No, I feel you. And ladies and gentlemen, boys and gals, mostly boys, let's be honest. It's a bunch of dudes in here. It's a big sausage party. The one, the only, the biggest penis in the world, the number one Broncos fan, which is a legitimate title. And I don't want to hear anybody else say anything about that. It is the most legit title of all time. Ladies and gentlemen, your king, your man of the year, your Broncos fan of a lifetime. Ladies and gentlemen, Kyle Kitzman. Kyle! Look at him looking hot like that. Look at him.
I'm just happy we're back to the biggest dick in the world comment.
Dude, it's there.
That's the only reason we're keeping this show going. It's just to validate each other every time.
When we say for Bill, that's what we mean too, because Bill would have wanted us to continue to talk about the biggest dick in the world.
I get so sad when I see the Giants draft a player.
Yeah, I know.
Because I'm like, dude, Bill would have wanted to know, what his team's doing.
Dude, Bill would have loved Jackson Dart. He would have loved Scatabo. He would have loved everything going on there.
He would have been real happy about where the Giants are. And honestly, like, I know we don't do our predictions until usually July, but once one of us will throw something out early, I'm going to throw this out. You can lock the New York Giants for a playoff spot next year.
Oh, there he goes. Kyle's on draft day after round 1.
If you're a Giants fan, you should be pumped. I mean, look, the thing with Jackson Dart is there's still going to be people that are going to say there's valid injury concerns because of the way that he plays, but if you look at when he took over, the Giants, they decided to roll with Russ and they were 0-4, 0-3.
Yeah.
Outside of that one game against the Eagles,
But he had
week
like
3,
500 yards that one
yeah,
game.
or he threw for like 500 yards, which was
Yeah.
like more than he had in his previous 3 seasons combined. And then eventually, like, they're like, okay, maybe there's something there. And then the next week he like got shut out, and they're like, all right, we're making a switch to Dart. And then Dart comes in and he beats the Chargers.
Mhm.
He beats the Eagles
Yeah.
on Thursday night. There was another team. There was another team that he beat that was really good,
Mhm.
and then they went and played Denver, and Denver was coming back from London, so it was kind of like, yeah, you know, when you come back from an international game without a bye week, you
Rough.
can beat a team, and they were up on us like 27-3. And
Yeah.
then, of course, they scored 33 points in the fourth quarter and won the game. And they were honoring Demaryius Thomas in that game. And it was like, that was kind of that moment. And I knew when I was watching it that that was one of those moments that the year before we did it to Atlanta, like week 11, we beat the Falcons like 40-3. And it was like, you could tell that they were a contender until that game. That
Yeah.
was the moment for the Giants where it was all downhill from there. The next week they played the Eagles again, and then Scatterbo broke his leg, and then it just kind of just
Mhm.
it progressively got worse until Brian Dable got fired. But
Yeah.
if you just take that, that one quarter, that 4-game stretch where Scatterbo was healthy, Dart was healthy, the offense had a lot of promise, and now you bring in John Harbaugh. I mean,
Yeah.
you bring in a legitimate coach, and I don't.
Mhm.
Wait, what do you think about John Harbaugh getting let go from the Ravens? I think it's like
Didn't make any sense to me.
Mike. Yeah, it didn't make sense to my coworker
I
either.
love it.
I mean, I don't.
I don't think he's the problem.
I don't either. I don't think he was the problem.
No.
And
No.
it's I get it, like sometimes people just want something better, but how often is something better than John Harbaugh available? And sometimes it's just time for a change,
Yeah.
and it's like, okay, we'll see how good the Steelers are this year under Mike McCarthy. Now, if
The Yinzer.
if the Steelers come out and win like 12 games, what would you think? Like, that would hurt Mike Tomlin's legacy a little bit, wouldn't it?
100%. Well, if the Steelers win a playoff game, it hurts Mike Tomlin's legacy, I feel like. It's just,
Oh my God.
It was consistently like, hey, we got a wild card spot. Okay, we're just going to play terrible offense for 4 quarters and score 9 points and be like, hey, but at least we made the playoffs. That's what it
Right.
was for like 7-8 years.
Dude, and there were so many fans posting like pictures of Lamar, like now that John Harbaugh, and then like Lamar posted a Bible verse and they're like taking it out of context, saying like Lamar's finally about to break free. And I'm like, dude, Lamar was the reason the Ravens were bad this year. And then you're making it seem like it was the head coach, and now Lamar's free from the chains that were holding him back. It's like, dude, Lamar was the chains holding Lamar back. Like,
Ben goes, you must lose 8 games to win 9.
But there was a question about a player.
Yes, it was actually from Ben, and it was about let me bring it up. Oh my God, sorry.
It was the
Thoughts
guy out
on
of Miami.
Akeem Messidor.
That guy is I love this guy because he was actually from Ontario, Canada, where he played high school football. He wasn't getting noticed by anybody, so his family moved to Florida. It was like Florida Coastal High School his senior year.
Yeah.
In his senior year, he did so well that he earned a 4-star recruit, and that was enough attention for Miami to go ahead and offer him a scholarship. His first year there as a true freshman, he won, he was injured his sophomore year, but outside of that, he won major awards every single year. Now, if you look at that guy's measurables, nothing is impressive. His arm length, his height,
Yeah.
his speed, agility, whatever you look at, it's not impressive. and yet this guy just has that it factor. He's one of the most feared pass rushers in the nation, and he reminds me of like I don't know. He's more physical than Elvis Dumervil, but you know how Elvis Dumervil on paper like did not have the body prototype that you wanted out of your. He had long arms, but he wasn't very tall. Wasn't like extremely powerful. Um,
Okay.
but this and I think I wrote it. Let me know. Can you still hear me right now?
Yeah, we can still hear you. We just can't see you, but we can hear you.
Okay. As long as you can still hear me, because I had. Let me just find where it's at really quick.
Kyle is faded to black.
Because I wrote a little something. Is it black right now?
Kyle is faded to black. Doom, 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 doom. Where's that Rolling Stones song at?
Can you hear me though?
Oh, we can hear you. Yep.
Okay. I just wanted to make sure. Okay. So, it sucks that this guy went to the Chargers. But
Dude,
in
you don't even gotta
2020,
worry about him. You got to worry about Fernando Mendoza on the Raiders. But continue.
I'm not worried about the Raiders anything.
I'm calling it now.
Fernando
Raiders winning
Mendoza.
the AFC West.
Dude, I feel bad for him too, because he reminds me of like the kid that like grew up in church that is like about to go get corrupted by a bunch of like guys watching porn. Like it's
He's like that good Mormon kid or something.
Yeah,
like,
yeah.
You want to watch Two
And-
Girls, One Cup? And they're like, what?
Yeah, and he's like, "What's that?" And everyone just starts laughing.
Yeah.
And he's like, "I'm serious."
You ever watch an Eiffel Tower happen?
So, it's funny as you said that an Eiffel Tower image popped up.
Oh, love it.
Okay, so a true freshman in 2020, he earned ESPN's True Freshman All-American first team honors. He was named second team All Big 12 by conference coaches. His sophomore campaign, All Big 12 honorable mention. And by the time he left the Mountaineers, he had 70 tackles, 14 and a half sacks.
Wow.
Tackles for a loss, 9.5 sacks in 2 seasons. Then he transferred to Coral Gables, which is where I went to high school, actually. Which is kind of cool. I went to Coral Springs High School, which is like in Coral Gables, where he joined Mario Cristobal's Miami's program in 2022. And this guy just hopped around. I mean, think about like having a kid. He's doing really good in football, not getting recognition. So you move. You're like, you know what we're gonna do? We're gonna move from Ontario to Clearwater Academy International so that you can get noticed by somebody.
Yeah.
It reminds me of Tim Tebow because the high school in Jacksonville that Tim Tebow went to, Nice. So his parents were homeschooling Tebow. So they went out of their way to
Makes a lot of
pick a
sense.
high school that gave Tebow the best chance to get seen and noticed by college.
Wow.
So it was very intentional, and this was one of those things where it was like, where are we gonna go to get recognition? Florida, of course. That's where all the best college football players come from, and that is just awesome that he was able to, every year in college get better, bounce around, get more recognized every single year. And then by 2022, he established himself as one of the most disruptive pass rushers in the nation. And going from looking for, just somebody to notice me to everyone knows who I am and they're afraid of me is just really cool to do that in 3 years. But he had a foot injury in 2023. So he only played in 3 games, but he bounced back in 2024 with another solid season. And then his final year in 2025 was his best so far. And if you know anything about me, I'm always saying if you got two prospects that are 95 overalls, I want the one that improved the most from their junior to their senior year or whatever their last year was, because that shows that they're still on a trajectory up. They haven't like plateaued, by any means. It's harder to draft a guy that had a good junior season and then he, missed his whole senior season,
Senior year, yeah.
which happened in this year's draft, actually. Caleb Banks, the
Yep.
defensive end out of Florida,
He went to the Vikings. Yep.
transfer from Louisville. He only played in 3 games last season,
Mhm.
but the Senior Bowl, he showed out. And that was a massive reason why he got drafted where he was, because he has Chris Jones upside. I mean, this is a massive guy, but he has the risk that comes with his foot injury, because big guys and foot injuries, they don't.
It's rough.
They don't normally heal, and that's why he fell to
Mhm.
18. But if it pays off, I mean, it's the gamble of the decade. If it pays off,
And so it's funny. It's actually funny that you bring both of these guys up, because this is one of the things that I was saying earlier was, because Ben had brought up Messidor's age, 25, which makes him old, in quotes, obviously in reference to everybody else. But he got picked 22nd while Banks got picked 18th. What I was saying was I would rather have a person who is old in comparison of all the other draftees than a guy who had recent injury, a recent injury, during college season and missed most of his, final year in college. So I know, because there's always like that bad connotation, or that, like, I don't know, that sort of like, ooh, feeling when you pick a guy who's like older than 23 in the draft. And we kind of went over this when Bo Nix was selected in the first round, when he was the old guy of all the quarterbacks. And then what happens is he takes the Broncos to 2 playoff appearances in a row, right? All the way to the AFC Championship last year. So for me, I was like, I don't necessarily care much about the age, because yeah, sure, at the end of his rookie contract, he'll be 30, right? But I would rather take a guy who's 25, and kind of what you're saying now too is like he's improved, versus a guy who has injury history, and the most recent injury history being his senior year.
yeah. And honestly, like, as if every single draft pick that you get in the first round really is on your team for 15 years. I feel like that's not the case usually. So it's like, we drafted a guy at 25. What if he's only great for, 7 years? It's like, well, what's the average?
Yeah, exactly. Like if he's good till 32, 33, then I mean, honestly, like, not bad.
Yeah.
Not
Do you think the
bad.
Cowboys regret drafting Micah Parsons? And how many years did they get out of him?
Yeah, exactly. It's like, well, they traded him, and they're like, okay, we're good in it. They thought they were good enough, and yet Michael Parsons is still going to be good for the next few
Yeah.
years.
And it's all situation dependent. Like if you're a team that feels like, hey, we're in a window right now where, I think in the next 2 to 3 years we'll be competing for a Super Bowl, then you bring in a guy that's 25, right? And this is the case with the Chargers, right? You bring in a guy that's 25 years old, and you have 5 years or 4 years, 5 with the, tag to win a Super Bowl, and you get that Super Bowl on paper. That's the plan. And then you if he's 30 years old and he's one of the best in the league, he's going to get another massive deal.
Yeah. Yeah.
Or if you don't want to, then you let him go to free agency and you just say, hey, this guy was a major reason why we were able to win a Super Bowl. I mean, that's what this is all about anyway. The age thing is a little bit irrelevant to me. And I wouldn't even say a little bit. I'm going to go as far as to say completely. I think it's a manufactured thing that humans do. It doesn't make sense to me because no matter what angle you look at it, it just doesn't make any sense to me. Like if you're getting a guy for 5 years and he's giving you good ball, he's going to get another contract. And then you're looking at, had a guy for almost a decade. If you draft a guy, a first rounder, and he gives you a decade of good football, that's a player that generally ends up in your like team Hall of Fame.
Yeah,
You
the
know,
Ring of Fame in the stadium or something.
yeah, it's
Yeah.
like, what are we even talking about?
Yeah, yeah. And that's kind of like, I will say there hasn't, at least to my knowledge, and maybe you remember players and things a lot better than I do, but can you think of a person who was like 25 plus in the draft who got drafted and turned out to be like, I'm not trying to go against your argument because again, I'm saying this myself, age to me doesn't really matter as much as like injury history does in a college player or in a player that's in the draft. But I can't necessarily think of a player who was like 25 when they got drafted and then became like a star, right? Like I can think of a few that just completely shit the bed. One of them being that quarterback out of Texas Tech that the Raiders drafted or the Browns drafted. The guy, what's his name? Velus Jones Jr. that the Bears drafted, who turned out to be just a terrible pick. Like these are a couple guys that were 25, 24 plus that just did not do anything in the league. But I don't know if maybe you could think of one or not.
No, I can't. And I think that's like kind of, I guess you could look at that both ways. You could look at it like that proves, that that it doesn't work, or that it's just so irrelevant that we forget about it.
Also that, or honestly, it may even be more so that it's like, how many times has a 25 plus year old player been in the draft? Probably the 3-4 times that I've mentioned it. You know what I
Right.
mean? So it may be just that at the end of the day where, yeah, college players coming out are 20, 21, 22. And yeah, you get your 25-year-old every once in a while, but not as often as we would like to think. But yeah, that's kind of where I was just going with that, where I'm like, I don't understand why a Caleb Banks went in earlier than your Messidor because of, was it the age thing? Is it more the upside, but you still have the injury risk there? So that was kind of where I was going with that.
Yeah, and a lot of it too is the like the COVID. I saw that
already. It's too late. This already happened. Computer put up firewall. Computer. I love it.
But yeah, a lot of it is the COVID.
Yep,
the COVID
too,
year.
yeah.
And what did you think of the Cowboys?
So the Cowboys, Caleb Downs, right?
Yeah, because they moved up, and I think that this is like for once the Cowboys like actually did something I like, because this guy won the Jim Thorpe Award, which is what Jahade Barron won last year, which is the best defensive back, I guess, / safety in the nation. And he was not supposed to be on the board. I guess there was like a 2% chance that he was going to be available when he was picked, and the Cowboys were aggressive and moved up. And the Eagles had the same thing happen, where they drafted a wide receiver out of USC, and it was the same thing where he wasn't supposed to be available as well.
I like that the Cowboys are going on defense there. I mean, I feel like that was just the thing with the Cowboys is like, if you could just get in a shootout with them, you had a chance to beat them last year. And I feel like that's kind of been the thing with the Cowboys the last couple of years. Like even 2 years ago when you had what's his face, that cornerback that they released last year, who got all these picks, right? Trayvon Diggs, was it Trayvon Diggs?
Yeah.
No, it wasn't him. It was the other guy. He had a bunch of pick sixes. I forget his name.
Oh, wasn't it like Banks or something? Or
I can't remember. But they did release one of those two. Maybe they kept Trayvon or they got rid of Trayvon Diggs. Either way, like I think that was the Cowboys. One of the biggest issues there for sure was, let's get some people on defense. Yeah, we can try to replace Micah Parsons with Malachi Lawrence, right? Who they got at number 23. But yeah, their defensive backs needed help. And, after what's his face came to the Bears after leaving the Cowboys, our defensive backs coach, Al Harris, you saw just a steep decline in the defensive back game. That's a lot of credit to Al Harris and what he did with that position group. But yeah, I mean, I like that they went more defense heavy. You've got CeeDee Lamb, you've got what's his face, the other guy from the Steelers, the wide receiver.
DK Metcalf?
George Pickens.
Oh, George Pickens.
Yeah, who they got from the Steelers.
Oh, the Cowboys, right.
Yeah, that's what I should have said. Who they got from the Steelers. You've got your wide receivers. You got your quarterback in Dak. You brought in the former Broncos running back who did really well with them last year. Seems like the offense is pretty somewhat set, and you can probably make some moves to plug and play some people if you need to. But the defense was their biggest need at the end of the day, and they made two really big moves there in the draft. So I like the Cowboys draft so far. We'll see how they turn out. Obviously, we got to see them play year one, which I think they can. I think both of these guys will be capable, especially Caleb Downs. But for the most part, I like the Cowboys draft.
What did you think of the Broncos draft pick?
That's who it was. They kept Deron Bland and they cut Trayvon Diggs. Who was it? Who were you asking?
The Broncos draft pick.
Oh, the Broncos. Yeah, no, they got this one guy out of this one college. I forget the name and his name at this moment. But I think what he's going to do day one is set the tone for all the rookies. And he's going to be the hardest worker, first one in, last one out. I was actually completely left my mind that the Broncos did not have a first round pick. Was it one of those trades from like a couple of years ago or something?
Their first round pick was Jalen Waddle.
Oh, that's who it was. That's right. We didn't. Yeah, Kyle and I have
we didn't talk about it.
Yeah, we have not talked a lot about free agency. We just kind of did that legal tampering stream. But there were so many moves after that. So what do you think? What did you think about that move? Now that I actually got you here, now that we're on stream,
I mean,
it's a good move.
I felt like last year we had the pieces to win a Super Bowl, which is like all you can ask for as a fan. And now this year, there's all the major pieces are staying. As far as like wide receivers, everybody's saying like Bo Nix needs a weapon. It's not fair to him to go with like Lil Jordan Humphrey and just keep throwing out. Marvin Mims can be the number one if he has to, and Cortland Sutton's the number two, but they're making him a number one, and it's like my opinion on it was that we had the guys that we needed. And I still think that was true if he would have stayed healthy. But adding Jalen Waddle kind of presents this new scenario where I think Denver should be the most feared team in the AFC. Regardless of what happens in the draft, that they should be the team. And Stephen A. Smith actually came out and said it, like, Denver is the team to beat in the AFC this year. And I got to say, as a fan, I don't like it. I much rather like it when it's like, I don't know what I like, to be honest, because I thought I liked it when the expectations were low, but then I was just frustrated that nobody could see the value in my team. But now that they see it,
oh, I see what you're saying.
and now that they see it, I don't like that either. So I guess I'm just gonna bitch no matter what.
Dude, I look, I totally understand because I loved when that first year of Caleb Williams, where it was like, yes, the Bears still suck. Yes, we still have Eberflus. And then the first year of Ben Johnson was like, oh my God, we made it to the divisional round. But now it's like the NFC North is looking at the Bears and being like, we've got to fucking kill you guys. Like, we have got to kill you guys. And other NFC teams are also looking at the Bears because they beat the Eagles on Black Friday, and they were the defending champions at that point in time. And now other NFC teams are probably looking at the Bears with Ben Johnson. And that's not to say that they're only looking at the Bears and Ben Johnson, but the Bears are definitely one of those teams where it's like, hey, you had a good year last year in 25. What next? And now it's like, shit, now the pressure's really, really on.
Yeah. And dude, the craziest thing, speaking of NFC North, I swear to God, I saw Jordan Love today at a gas station pumping gas. And, like, and the weirdest part about it was he was wearing like one of those authentic NFL jerseys, and it was a Packers Aaron Rodgers jersey. And I'm like, is that Jordan Love? And Mary was like, do you want me to turn back around? Because we were like driving past and it was like, it's a pump, so you can go back. And I was like, turn it back around. And she's like, are you being racist right now? like, oh, you know, they you know, oh, he's a black guy with braids, so he's Jordan Love. And I'm like, okay, no, and let me show you a picture of Jordan Love so you have context. And she's like, okay, that is so weird.
She's like, okay, we're turning around.
I'm like, dude, if that's not Jordan Love, like he has a doppelganger out there, and this guy is a Packers fan, so it's only a matter of time before he gets noticed. Or that was really Aaron Rodgers. I'm telling you, I mean, Jordan Love. It looked.
I was like, what?
It was exactly him. I was like, holy crap. I told Mary, I was like, I need to go home and get some sleep. I'm seeing football players. Like,
that's how you know. You're like, I need to watch some goddamn. I need some football. You got some football for me,
dude. It was so crazy. But the only reason I was like, it can't be him was because of the car. You know, that he was pumping gas into.
It was a 97 Civic beat up. Yeah,
it was something like that. And I'm like, dude, but it made no sense. But then I thought, well, what if he's trying to fly under the radar? You know? Like,
I highly doubt he would be driving a beater though.
Dude, I should have taken a picture, but I have this thing where I don't take pictures of people that, you know, in public.
Why not? You're in public. You're fine.
I know. It's just like I feel uncomfortable. I just think that like uncomfortable moment where they look at you and you're like,
gotcha.
Oh,
yeah. It's
this
a video.
Is the gas station.
It's a video.
Yeah. This is the gas station. I come here all the time and pump gas. But anyway, yeah, the Bears, man, they're on the up and up for sure. And this is one of those years where I feel like the Bears are in that same situation where it's not great, where it's like, okay, you have to be better or it's a disappointment. And if you do the same, it's a disappointment. But that means that you have to go to the NFC Championship. And it's like, that's like, I don't know. That's tough for a team that won the way they won last year, because let's say half of those games that were crazy go the other way. They could potentially be a fringe playoff team. So they have to win all of those games with a harder schedule.
Yeah.
So look, it's a tough spot for them to be. I'm not saying they can't rise to that occasion, but it seems like kind of where Denver finds themselves, where it's like the chance of disappointment is much greater than the chance of being like, wow, they really exceeded my expectations this year.
Yes.
And that's just like not the best place to be as a fan. Like last year, you and me were where you want to be as a fan.
It was because it was fun. It was unexpected almost. Like you expected, I feel like we expected like to win games. I feel like you and I going into last season were like 10 games, 11, maybe 12. And at least for me, I was thinking wild card spot would be sweet. And then the unexpected happens and we win the division. And then I don't think it was necessarily unexpected, but with the Chiefs there, it always seems to be harder to obtain. The Broncos win the division. And not only do they win the division, they go all the way to the AFC Championship game. But you and I were both like, this is like fun. Like, this is a fun season. Like, there is almost zero expectation except for maybe the team looking better overall. But we both, I feel like we both teams exceeded expectations, at least, just personally.
It was just I don't know. Like, I had Denver winning 12 games.
Mm-hmm.
And because we won 10 the year before, and I felt like we were going to be 2 games better. And the last 2 years, I had Denver winning exactly 10 games, and they won exactly 10 games. And then this last year, I had them winning 12, and they won 13 or 14.
Yeah.
They lost 2 of their first 3.
Yeah, it was a rough start.
Yeah, and I was at that Colts game where the leverage penalty happened, and then the Broncos were up like 17 against the Chargers week 2. This could have been like a 15 in 1 year, honestly. Like, man, I painted this room yesterday. It looks really good. Sorry.
I was just observing his work. Like, yeah, that was me. Fuck yeah.
When it dries, it's like a whole new thing.
Yeah.
This is let me show you. Let me flip this. Where's my camera? I'm like an old man, dude.
Yeah.
How does this thing work? Front camera. There we go.
If it wasn't for me, Kyle would have never understood what Twitter was.
That's so true. This is kind of like the employee part of the W.
Nice.
No one really, no guests see this area. And then we got these like cool, terrible elevators. The guests get the nice one.
The nice ones that work. And we may have lost Kyle here.
But I'm about to show you. I'm about to show you the cool part.
What the fuck?
This is the 3rd floor.
Oh.
And really, really nice hotel. Every floor looks pretty much like this. But the cool part is they have a green room for the employees. And in the green room, there's a little surprise. I've never been a Mountain Dew guy, but I'm becoming one.
Is the green room green? That's the most important question.
The green room is green. I painted it.
Finally.
I painted it.
A green room that's green.
A green room that's actually green. Hey, ¿todo bien?
Ben, good night. Thanks for stopping by on the stream. Please make sure to hit that like button and subscribe. And
dude, we got a new guy. Ben's our new guy.
I know he's a dog in the comments, man, in the chat. I love it. Ben, we can't wait to see you back here, man. We're gonna be doing some more streams. Hell yeah! And Ben subscribed and liked it. Love it, love it.
Hell yeah!
Ooh,
this is downtown
nice
Nashville.
View. That is a nice view.
They just remodeled all of this. We almost got it done. And then this is the largest outdoor pool in Nashville. This is like a party scene out here. DJs, nice like cabanas, and then the pool. This is my pool. This is like, I'm solely responsible for this pool. I vacuum it every night, do the chemicals.
Really? Holy crap, it keeps going.
It just keeps going, yeah. But it's real cool. like there's a lot of life in this city. Like it's a
Yeah.
buzzing city. And the new
100%.
stadium's opening up, by the way, the Super Bowl 2030 in Nashville.
Let's
I
go.
just got announced a couple days ago, which means content.
Let's go, dude. Hell yeah.
Um, but dude, yeah, I was saying, uh, you guys should make a trip out. You guys can stay at the W.
Dude,
I'll hook
that
you
would
guys
actually
up.
that would be sick. Actually, I might have to like you said, make a trip down there because we've been to Nashville. We went there for 2 days, I think it was, or 1 day. Either way, it was fun. It was like a really good time. We had a really good
Yeah,
time down
it's
there.
like it's its own like unique thing. It's kind of
Mhm.
like it's like I don't know. It's like it's kind of
Yeah.
like Austin, Texas. And have you been to Austin?
Not that I can recall.
Well, like Austin is so much different than the rest of Texas.
Yeah.
Like
Oh yeah. That's
and
what I've
like
heard.
yeah, in Nashville is kind of like that with Tennessee. Like there's Broadway is one block from here. Like just right there and it
Wow.
looks like Las Vegas. Like
Really?
yeah, and like there's a bunch of like rap songs about Broadway. It's like one of the spots, it's like it's
Yeah.
like you can go to Broadway and like lose your wallet, get beat up, like
Get discovered and become a millionaire overnight.
yeah, like, anything can happen over there, which is
Yeah.
cool because I told Mary like because we almost moved to buy a house. We almost had to move to like somewhere I didn't actually want to be living.
Yeah.
And I was like, man, I just want to live somewhere where I'm like, I give myself an opportunity to bump into somebody that can change my life.
Dude, maybe you might see Mike Vrabel and Diana Rossini there.
That actually NFL teams have already, that's funny. Actually, NFL teams have been staying here all month. I
Really?
can't disclose which teams, but
Yeah.
have been staying here to schedule their stay for the
Oh, for the
2026 NFL
2030.
season.
Oh, gotcha.
Yeah,
Okay.
like they're
That's
playing the
sick, dude.
Titans next year, so they're gonna stay here, which apparently like every single week that the Titans have a home game, the opposing teams usually stay here.
Oh wow. Well, I mean, it's the W
It's
too.
back,
So
baby. Mountain Dew.
the green room is green with Mountain Dew.
Yeah, and there's all kinds of snacks. What do we got? Oh shit. This is from the bakery.
Oh shit. You guys
One of
get
the
those
chefs
good
here, his
deals.
name's Peter.
Yeah.
Yeah, and this is like because sometimes they make too many. But the chef here, his name's Peter. I'm gonna test positive for heroin and blame it on this. It's a poppy seed.
It's a poppy seed. Yeah.
Um,
I love that.
the guy that is the chef here, his name is Peter, and he grew up in Brazil. And interesting, he has a whole story, but he came here and he made me a burger that was so good that it like changed my life. So I told him, I was like, dude, I'm gonna drive you to the best burger in the world competition, which weirdly enough is in Indianapolis.
Of course.
And so it's in like October. So we're gonna have to link up with Jinja because I'm gonna make this guy enroll his burger.
You're like, I'm putting your burger
I'm
in
like, dude, wouldn't it be
competition,
crazy
brother.
if you won?
He's like, it would be, actually. It would change my life. That's sick, though, dude.
But yeah, dude. So the good news I was saving for you was that dude, there's not a cup. I've never had this happen. There's no cup.
Dude, just
The
straight to
good
the
news I
mouth.
was saving. I know, right? I feel like it's Mountain Dew. Like you could do that. Hey, There's no cups in there.
Huh?
There's no cups in there.
You can take my section.
Oh, really?
Yeah, next to the coffee cup.
Thank you. I'll tell you the good news in 1 second.
Hell yeah.
Hey, what's up?
Gotta take a raw dog from the faucet straight, man, due to the brain, son. I love that, Ginge.
This is this. That doesn't seem right.
Dude, have Mountain Dew in a freaking wine glass? That's gangsters. Fuck.
Full sense.
Yeah.
Yeah, when I started here, this wall was all jacked up. This wall had like food and so like I came in here one night and painted all this, and then put fresh green on the wall here. And I've been doing that because I guess the last guy on night shift, he would just watch like Netflix all night
and not do anything.
And that was, yeah, unless like he got called for a work order or something.
Oh, yeah.
Like if someone's TV doesn't work. Okay, so the secret is to dump out the first glass because it's like lukewarm because it's been in the hose. You want to get that fresh.
Okay. So as you're drinking your do the dew, what is the good news of the day?
So they have this thing here, and they call it Talent of the Year, and it's like basically like the employee of the year, and they nominated me for it.
Let's go, dude! Let's go!
I know, and it's like a huge thing, and I was like thinking like, how can I be up for that award if I've only been here for 4 months?
Mm-hmm.
And the GM was like, no, well, the award goes to like a person that is like massively like making an impact on the hotel. And he's like, you know, whether you've been here for a year or a couple months, like we're noticing like all the improvements, you know, like every single day. It's like something, hey, you just like wrote me something really nice. So tomorrow there's like an award ceremony, dude. The ballroom here, holy shit, it's called the Great Room. It is like presidential. Like it is like they built it for anything. Like there would be nothing you could not do anything in that room that they would say this room's not nice enough for this event.
Dude, I love that.
So it's like a really nice ballroom, and tomorrow I'll like there's a couple words. Talent of the month is all I got nominated for that as well. So if I win, then I get like it goes on my resume, and apparently like with Marriott, it's like an automatic hire if you have that.
Wow,
like for any job you're looking for. Like if they see that you won that, it's like hire that guy. So
hell yeah, dude. Congrats.
Things are going really good.
Even just the nomination, I feel like is like sick as hell.
That's what I told him. I was like, I don't even care if I win it. It's like being nominated because even that you can put on a resume.
Dude, Stank Nasty wants to know if you're drinking pee.
Yes. No, it's it's Mountain Dew. It's Mountain Dew.
Stank walked into this. He logged into his phone and got on this stream, and he's like, "Hey, what the fuck?"
I told you I would do it if the Broncos didn't move up in the first round.
I'm keeping to my word. I'm keeping to my word. Oh, I love it, dude. Well, that was the first round. Everybody would have been awesome if it was P. You know
wait, Rick.
I was gonna say, Stank, if you subscribe and you come to these all of our streams, we'll definitely think about it.
No.
Anyway, no, we won't.
Last thing, and I know the chat's gonna say I'm making this up because history tells me that they will. But I got a call last week, and this guy, someone said something about his TV didn't work, so I went up there, and turns out he was trying to play music off his TV, and I was like, I'll just get you a Bluetooth speaker. So we have suites here with them, so I'm like rating the vacant suites, trying to find one. And I finally found one, and I go back and like connect his phone, and he's like, dude, like, thanks for going the extra mile for me. Like, I appreciate it. I'm like, yeah. And like, he's hitting like a weed pen in the room. And I'm like, I made like a, joke about like, oh, I wish I could hit that pen with you or something.
Yeah.
And he was like, oh yeah. He's like, weed's not legal here, right? And I was like, yeah. And he's like,
sure.
I'm like, yeah, they have like this version of it that like is, I guess, Delta 8 or whatever, Delta 9. But I was like, no, not like, good weed like Washington and Colorado has, And he's like, oh, I'm from Colorado. So I'm like, oh, dude, I was like, I'm trying to move out there. I was like, I'm a huge Broncos fan. And his like eyes lit up. And he's like, are you serious? He's like, dude, he's like, I'm such a big fan. He's like, since I was a little kid, I've been a fan. He started showing me pictures, right? He's showing me. So his cousin is our guard, our backup guard for the Broncos.
What?
And and the Broncos didn't re-sign him. So we'll see what happens through free agency. Like, we got him from the Chargers actually. And he's like showing me that these pictures of him on the field, like with his cousin. And I'm like looking at these pictures, and he's like, yeah, dude. He's like, but here's the thing. That's not his only connection to the Broncos. He showed me a picture with his dad and Christian McCaffrey's dad.
Yeah.
Who's Ed McCaffrey.
Yep.
And they are friends. And Christian McCaffrey and this guy who I'm talking to played Pop Warner. Like, they grew up together in the same neighborhood. And it wasn't until they won John Elway late in his career, won the Super Bowl, that Ed McCaffrey got a big payday. And then they moved into, out of the neighborhood into a better neighborhood. But they grew up together. And I'm like literally foaming at the mouth looking at these pictures.
Wow.
And he's like, I'm like, dude, I was like, I don't think you might have met like fans before, but like, I'm like, this is the most important thing in my life. Like, it's like, honestly, I don't even know like what I would do if like somehow I lost this. Like, it's that important to me.
Yeah.
And I told him about like the magical book I opened, and he was just like, he's super stoned, so he can appreciate this magical story.
Yeah.
And he's like, dude, he's like, I get these bracelets, and it lets you in the locker room, it lets you on the field. And he's like, and it sucks because like I give 2 of them to my like buddies, but they're not even really big Bronco fans. And like one of them I gave to a buddy, and he didn't even show up for the game. And he's like, I feel like I've like been waiting for someone like you to come along so you can actually like appreciate this with me. And I'm like, dude, I've been going to Bronco games by myself, or with, girlfriend, which like, I'm not saying they can't appreciate it. I'm just saying like,
it's different.
I'm like, I've wanted, like, cause my first game, I wanted my family to be there. Cause I knew like, they knew what it meant to me, and I wanted to like share that with somebody, and I was alone. And so it was mutual. Like, I felt the way he felt as well. Like, I was like, man, I felt like, I know exactly what you're saying. And I felt that way when I go to games and I'm like surrounded by Broncos fans, but no one knows me. So it's a weird like loneliness, but you feel like you belong at the same time.
Yeah.
And so he like exchanges my number. I texted him last week, and I was like, hey, just like wanted to say, Really enjoyed like talking to you, and
Mhm.
you know, here's a picture of me and Mary like at the Broncos game last year. And he was like, yeah, dude, he's like, for sure, stay in contact with me. And I'll let you know, based on what happens with my cousin, how we get our field pass either through family or through my cousin. So like either his
Fuck yeah.
dad will like, you know, hook it up through McCaffrey,
Mhm.
and or you know his cousin will get re-signed and then we'll do it that way. But I'm like, I've met two people in 3 months here that
Mhm.
were like, I can get you on the field in a Broncos game.
Yeah, I was gonna say the luck you have with that is crazy.
Isn't that just like a little weird though?
It's fate, is what it is.
You know what it is though? It's like, I wonder if it's not so much that like this is like, oh, it just happened to be these two people, but maybe like a guy's wearing a Giants hat and I don't say anything because I'm
Yeah.
not a Giants fan. Like, I wonder about all the other opportunities that I pass by because my brain isn't firing when I see it saying,
Mhm.
Engage, you know?
Yeah.
So,
And I was gonna say, I was gonna really quick just mention this comment because Ginge said it. Shane Gillis says Christian McCaffrey is a straight bro too. If you meet him, you guys will hit it off. It's so Kyle and I, when we got to our squadron in the Navy, there was a guy there who was maybe like a few months ahead of us in terms of timeline and stuff, who was best friends with Zach Bryan, the country singer. And he told us a story. I honestly, I don't even know if you were there, Kyle, or not, but I forget. I just remember him telling us a story about how, he's with his best friend, Zach Bryan, and he gets invited over to Christian McCaffrey's house. And it's just like, that's what they told us too. Like, he's such a cool dude. He's like, hey man, talking to Zach, talking to our boy, this and that. So I'm like, yeah, I've heard that about Christian McCaffrey, is that he is a straight, like, just a cool guy, just a bro, like you said, Ginge. So like this story, like you said, like it just kind of shows you too, like how he came from like humble beginnings. Christian McCaffrey did. And
yeah.
it's like, this is just the consistent story about him just being down to earth, a bro, cool as hell.
Yeah. And guess George Kittle was here last week. And
Oh, he's so sick.
George, yeah, he was here with his wife last week. And that's the cool thing about working at this hotel is like every week, like today we had to shut down an entire floor, and then the floor on top and the floor underneath because somebody that works high up was here. And it's like every day you come in and it's just like, all right, who's here?
Yeah.
Like it's been crazy. Like
Yeah.
Beyonce's parents were here 2 weeks ago. Like it's just like a total. It's exactly what I wanted, is to work somewhere where I'm
It's
bumping
happening.
into people.
Yeah.
Yeah,
Where
like
shit is just happening.
exactly. Like
Yeah.
this is where
Yeah.
I belong. It's my
Yeah.
personality belongs in that environment because I'm thriving here.
Yeah.
And and it's just like I naturally just like get along with everybody. I
Yep.
really I haven't gotten like one bad customer since I've been here, because I feel like if you're like fighting with like a person staying here, like you really fucked up, because
Yeah. Yeah.
it's like this place is set up so nice. Like how
Yep.
can you fuck it up?
You're like, there's systems in place, brother. You cannot fuck this up. Like, you have to go out
Right.
of your way to fuck it up.
But yeah, I thought it was cool because like I'm fairly confident this year that I'm going to be live streaming from the Broncos field.
I freaking hope so, dude, because that would be sick.
I just like can't believe it, dude.
And I really think we need to make an effort together to go to a Bears or Broncos game.
I want to do both, dude.
And you know what? Because I have a couple buddies here, obviously Seahawks fans. The Bears are gonna be in Seattle this year. Gonna go to that game. Like, just that's legit, like already happening. I think maybe we should like go to like a Bears game and Broncos game, like you're saying, to like try to meet in the middle or see what we can
Yes.
get together and stuff like that.
Well, I
That'd be
will
sick.
100% go to a Bears game because we drive up to Chicago all the time.
Yeah.
It's like right there. My
Mm-hmm.
family's in Milwaukee, so like we drive up pretty often.
They're gonna get you all that content, boys and girls. Mostly
We drive
boys.
up so often that I didn't even go to Portillo's last time.
What?
Yeah, that's how often
What?
it is.
Oh, that is very often. Just the word Portillo's makes me.
But yeah, there's one day of the week where one day of the year where the Broncos through Ticketmaster for 3 hours you can get half price tickets.
Oh.
And you have to like wait in the queue at 7 a.m. and then the doors open, the web doors open at 9 a.m. and then it goes in line from when you join the waiting list. And you got to sit there and shake your computer, make sure it doesn't fall asleep. And it's like I've 2 years in a row, I've fucked something up and
hot.
somehow got kicked out of the queue. The first year I just jumped in at 10 and I was like, you're number 10,900. And by the time it landed on me, every game was sold out. And, the only thing left was one seat. I couldn't even buy two. And I'm like, okay. And so this year I'm going to get it right. And if we coordinate, I'll pay for the ticket and we can work it out later because the tickets could be like $50, dude. Like, I mean,
that'd be sick.
Like, so we'll talk. I'm down to drive to Chicago for sure, though. I would like to go to a Packers Bears game, I think.
Oh, dude, I would bust. But yeah, I think Packers Bears in Chicago, maybe Broncos Raiders in Denver.
Oh,
Broncos Chargers. I don't know. What do you think? Denver.
I'm thinking
Raiders?
Broncos Chiefs.
Broncos Chiefs. That would be a sick game to go to.
Yeah, Broncos Chiefs. I got to look at the schedule again.
That'd be crazy. Yeah, well, it hasn't come out yet, I think. No, right?
Well, their opponents have.
The opponents, yeah, but obviously those, luckily for us, we know our division opponents and we're going to get a home game with them either way, but I wonder when the schedule.
Would you want to go in winter? It comes out in June.
Oh, okay. And a full scheduled release.
Yeah, it usually comes out, I think, like June 16th or something.
Early to mid-May, likely on Wednesday, May 15th,
June.
Thursday, May 14th. So that's when it's supposed to come out.
Okay, so the opponents have been listed though. So unless you're trying to like go to a game in December, you could decide now technically.
Yeah.
So for the Broncos, they're gonna play at home against the Bills, the Patriots, the Jets, the Dolphins, and the Rams and Seahawks.
Oh.
Ooh, Broncos Seahawks at home.
Broncos Seahawks. That'd be a sick game.
Broncos Patriots, Bo Nick's revenge game.
I was gonna say,
dude, that's the game.
Patriots, Drake.
You know that's Sunday Night Football.
Yeah,
that's got Sunday Night Football written all over it. Mark
I think
it.
So too. I think, or if not, it's gonna at least be a Monday nighter. I think it'll be one of those two.
The Jaguars as well.
Ooh.
Dude, Denver's schedule's like Jaguars, Seahawks, Rams, Patriots, Bills, Chargers, Chiefs.
We're
Chiefs.
Gonna get together. We got to, dude.
Dude, it's gonna be a hard year for us.
Yeah, I know. I know. We're gonna be so hard. Yeah.
It's gonna be a hard year.
We're gonna be so hard next to each other for sure.
No Viagra. That's what you just said. Brick all year.
Vibes. Just vibes. Hard off vibes.
But yeah, I'm now that the season's starting again, we'll definitely I just had to get kind of adjusted here, you know.
Oh yeah, for sure. Same. Yeah.
And then they moved me from second shift to night shift, which was a whole nother adjustment, but it actually works out better for streaming. Because I can stream any day now. I just have to either do it before work, or
you wake up.
Yeah, after I wake up. So, but yeah, we'll definitely be having more content for the new people that subscribed.
Yeah, that's gonna be great.
New content. And I appreciate you guys being here. Like we took a little break, but you guys are still here. So
Still
thank you.
here. I know. Yeah, for sure. So love you guys so much for being here. Jinja, as always. Lil E was here. E Dub. We got our boy Ben in here. Stank Nasty was in here making fun of us. It was a good time. There was oh god, who else? Daniel Barry was in here. There's a lot. Richard was here too. Richard was here earlier at the beginning of the stream. So thank you guys so much for being here. As always, hit that like button, hit that subscribe, and stay tuned for our next stream. Kyle and I are going to be communicating and getting you guys and getting us on a new schedule for the streaming stuff. So that way we continue to bring you guys as many live streams, as much content as we possibly can. So that was the first round of the draft. We'll see what the next couple days bring in for all of our teams. It's going to be exciting. And, then we got the schedule. Kyle and I are obviously going to be going over that, talking about that. And then just all the off-season stuff, just building up to the 2026 season where Kyle and I are going to meet in the Super Bowl in 2027, Bears Broncos Super Bowl. It's going to be the battle of the orange and the blue. So that's going to be awesome. But Kyle, you got anything before we skedaddle up out of here?
No, that's all I got.
All right, sick. Well, again, thank you guys so much. Everybody in the comments, hit like, hit subscribe, and call. Always a good time, brother.
Always a good time. Love you, Ginge. Long live Bill.